We're back with another segment. We're still on the first day of the conference, and we have with us Andreas. Andreas, you were with the panel discussion held by Avinash just a while ago.
That's right, yeah.
And what was so interesting is that we were talking about cyber resilience, hyper resilience, and the use of artificial intelligence, but everybody on the panel had a different perspective on this matter. Give me your perspective on hyper resilient cybersecurity.
Yeah. The reason why there was a lot of discussion, and at the end of the day, we ended up in the same conclusion, is that hyper resilient is a bigger area of resilience, meaning that you need to implement resilience, cyber resilience, implement your security, go to the level of cyber resilience to sustain attacks. But now with AI and the data being increasing due to digital transformation, due to the people being online all the time, and with the increasing use of AI, you have more sophisticated attacks, higher volume of attacks, higher velocity of attacks. So you need to change your resilience to adapt accordingly. So you need to implement adaptive measures, predictive measures, be able to withstand, hunt, and of course rapidly respond to cyber attacks. And how would you do that? By implementing AI methodologies in your security operations center, in your technologies, to be able to help you in order to defend yourself.
Yeah. It's like keeping up with the attacking partner, because they're using AI and they're ahead of their game. So now it's required that most of the organizations use AI in their defense mechanism.
That's
correct?
Right. That's right.
How would you think? What are the ways to use AI, but in a more safe manner? A lot of people today in the conference we spoke about AI from two different ways. One is that it's ever evolving, it's increasing productivity, it's adding to the development of the economy. But from another stance, it's also opening doors to a lot of threat, and a lot of AI-based threat, meaning that the threat is on a different level of speed and capacity. So where do we stand with that?
Yes. We need to approach AI carefully. Of course, AI is assisting in a lot of things, in developing, in creating content, in helping you analyze things faster. I will take it in perspective of the Security Operations Center. Implementing AI will help the analysts, at least the level 1, the level 2 analysts, do their job more efficiently, more effectively, provide better and contextual information to the customers. At the same time, the organizations that are implementing AI in their processes, they really need to carefully review the workflow, how they are communicating with the AI, and what do we mean by the AI? Where is the AI hosted? Is it hosted on a cloud? So by communicating with an AI model, an AI LLM, hosted on a cloud, this means that you are sharing your data. So there are privacy concerns there, especially if those data are data of your customers that you are monitoring. So you are sending them abroad most of the times to a cloud provider where the AI is hosted to analyze and then return to you the results. So very important here is for companies to see the possibility of implementing AI internally, having their own servers, having their own LLMs, educating them with the data that they have the right to educate them, because there are privacy concerns for the data of the customers as well. You can't train an AI model with the data of your customer unless you have prior consent. So there are many questions.
It makes me think even further on in this whole matter. But today, where do organizations stand? And I usually shed a lot of light on the organizations that are smaller in size because they have less access to information, and maybe they're also less resilient. But where is their stance right now in terms of this usage of AI and AI threats?
I think small companies are more flexible in utilizing newer technologies, newer tools like AI, they need to review their internal processes, even if they are small. They need to understand their threat landscape, what kind of threats are affecting them. Even a smaller company, they could be affected by ransomware attacks, by phishing attacks, by sophisticated phishing attacks. So they should do small steps forward to harden their network, harden their processes, implement the right processes and procedures, and in perspective of the AI, use the AI with a mindset to protect your privacy. Yeah.
Why do you say that they're less flexible? I would assume they would say.
No, I said they are flexible.
They are flexible.
Yeah.
Sorry. Why do you say that they're more flexible? I would assume that you would say they're less flexible. But what makes small organizations more flexible, more resilient when it comes to adapting AI?
I think because they are changing faster their methodologies, their procedures. They don't have a line of approval that is too long.
Okay.
Imagine a huge bank. In order to get an approval to implement a new technology, it needs to follow a certain procedure.
Steps of approval.
Smaller companies get approval for technologies, for process, for procedure much faster, and can adapt to new challenges.
And I'd like to ask a question that Avinash asked on stage, but I really want to know your perspective on that. What do you think the rules and regulations have an effect on unifying this kind of resilience or implementing it more in a more aligned way between enterprises and organizations?
Yes, I think compliance is needed in order to normalize what everybody thinks and put rules and regulations down for everybody to comply on. At the same time, they shouldn't be too strict in order for companies to avoid using new technologies. The compliance standards, the regulation, the frameworks are needed in order to make sure that we are not violating any laws, and also make the right decisions, the right processes, put the right methodologies in place to protect the personal data, to protect the data of our customers. So it's the right steps that we are doing to move to a compliance standard for AI and compliance standards for resilience. And at the end of the day, if this hyper resilient term remains, a compliance standard for the hyper resilient terms.
Very nice. What change do you expect to see in the next few months? Taking into consideration everything that's moving fast right now.
Yeah.
In the last, I don't want to say in the last 12 months, but just in the last 8 months alone, there's so many changes that took place, so many developments. From your expertise, do you forecast any changes, whether it's on the front of defense or the challenges that we may face?
I think we'll start to observe threats in companies that are developing AI methodologies. That's one big thing that we start seeing, because everybody's using AI, implementing AI in their technologies. So these companies that are developing the models, training them, they will start receiving a lot of attacks. We haven't seen a major attack to one of these companies yet, but I believe we will see in the next months. So the big change that is coming, I believe, is that many of these products we have seen in this expo, they will continue to incorporate AI in their portfolio, in their product, in their feature, and this will change the market dramatically and the way we do our job. For example, in a security operations center, there are levels of analysts, level 1, level 2, level 3. I believe that the level analysts will be replaced by an AI SOC analyst, an AI SOC assistant that will do the major of the job of simple analysis, the first level analysis of a threat and all that, and escalate the more advanced threats or the analyzed threat by the AI to the more experienced human analyst. So the way we are doing SOC operations will change dramatically. The engineers need to be educated and increase their knowledge. So yeah, the market will change a lot.
That's a lot. Those are a lot of changes that you
Yes.
just mentioned, and hopefully all for the best.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your
Thank
time,
you too.
Andreas, and we can't wait to see you next year.
Thank you.
Thank you.